Hello comic book guys and gals, and welcome to Comic Mag Musings. I am your host, Bill Miller. Today we are doing another blog in our series from the original The Incredible Hulk. This will be issue number 3. And just to be clear, I'm not independently wealthy, so I don't have the original issues from which to read. I am taking these from the Marvel Comics Essential Hulk trade paperback, Volume 1, which includes the original 6 issues and some of the stories from Tales to Astonish, numbers 60 through 91. But today we are doing the Incredible Hulk issue number 3. So turn the volume up just a hair. Turn the lights down just a smidgen, sit back, relax, and let your imagination paint the pictures as we read The Incredible Hulk, issue 3. So on the cover, the Hulk has Rick Jones and he's jumping through the air. And it says, "See the Hulk vanish to outer space, trapped by the Ringmaster, and other thrills with the most exciting original character in comics." He is being shot at by some military personnel on the ground. One of them says, "Look, nothing can stop him now. He can fly." And Rick Jones says, "I can't control him anymore. The Hulk has gone berserk." And there seems to be some sort of rocket ship, or perhaps a missile, that is dead on his tail. The Hulk Banished to Outer Space, Part 1. In a cement-walled chamber beneath the sea, the most incredible creature on Earth pounds vainly against the walls of his prison, walls which were built to withstand the force of an atomic explosion. While outside the Hulk cell, a tense teenager mutters a silent prayer, hoping against hope that Dr. Bruce Banner has built the chamber strong enough to keep the greatest menace Earth has ever known from escaping. Another few hours till daybreak, and then the Hulk will have changed back to Bruce Banner, and it will be safe for me to free him. And so the amazing drama takes place in that lonely cavern, hidden from the eyes of men, as Rick Jones keeps his faithful vigil, knowing that behind the wall a human engine of destruction is quivering to break loose. Thank heaven, the walls are holding. The Hulk can't escape. Alone with his thoughts, the boy remembers the events of the past few hours as he and Dr. Banner rushed to the hidden cavern. "Hurry, Rick, it's growing dark. There isn't much time." "I'm coming, Doc." "We're just in time. Now remember, don't open this door till daybreak, no matter what." "But Doc, what if something happens to me? What if I get sick or something? What if I can't open the door in the morning?" "It's a chance I have to take, Rick. Better for me to suffocate in there as Bruce Banner than to escape and menace the world as the Hulk." The massive concrete door closes behind Bruce Banner at that exact moment. The evening breaks on the surface. Then, just as it has happened so many times before, a startling change comes over the mild, scholarly scientist. And behold, the Hulk. So we have a 3-panel sequence that shows Bruce Banner transforming into the Incredible Hulk. Satisfied that the monstrous creature is safely imprisoned in his cell, Rick leaves the cavern as he heads for Bruce Banner's cottage and some much-needed sleep. Whew, I sure can use some shut-eye. But suddenly, "Hold on, son, you're Rick Jones, aren't you?" He's accosted by some members of the military. "Yeah, what's it to you, Napoleon?" "Don't get smart, kid, we've been looking for you. We've had this area under surveillance all day. We know you were bound to show up sooner or later, and our orders from General Thunderbolt Ross are, bring in Rick Jones. The General knows you're the only one who can lead us to the Hulk." And at his headquarters a few miles away, Thunderbolt Ross holds a dramatic staff meeting. "My men will find Rick Jones. You can count on it. And when they do, we'll get the Hulk. He won't escape us again, I swear it. And remember, when the boy is brought in, we begin Plan H. We'll force him to bring the Hulk to us." "Here he comes now, General." "What's the big idea, General? I ain't done nothing." "Jones, I'll get right to the point. You've got to bring the Hulk to us. There's no time to lose." Cool it, mister. Nothing can make me rat on the Hulk. Look, son, this is bigger than you or me. This involves the security of the United States. Out there on the launching pad is America's newest, most important missile. It must be tested. But there isn't a man living who could stand the force of its G-pull except the Hulk. We want the Hulk to ride that rocket in the interests of national security. No one else can do it. Now what do you say? A silence so thick that it can almost be cut descends upon the room as the sullen teenager makes his decision. Now this is Rick thinking. If it's something that our country needs, how can I refuse? I've got to bring the Hulk here, if I can. And so, a short time later, after convincing himself that the troops have not followed him, and that the secret of the hidden cavern will remain his secret, Rick Jones sets out to free the Hulk. I couldn't explain to them that I can't control the Hulk. When he gets free, who knows what he'll do? Slowly, nervously, the teenager releases the mighty shaft which holds the concrete door in place, but even before he finishes, the pounding, it's getting lighter, it's getting louder. With a surge of unbelievable power, the mightiest man-thing on earth shatters the half-loosened door as he comes thundering out of his dungeon. I'm free! You, boy, you locked me in cell. You pay for that now. If he gets a hold of me, I'm a goner. So now the Hulk is chasing Rick Jones. He's following me. Now if I can just lead him to the missile. Lucky for me that the Hulk can't move too fast. Reaching the installation, the Hulk's shambling form is followed every step of the way by tight-lipped troops with weapons cocked. His massive form lumbering forward like a dreadnought, the Hulk brushes aside obstacles which stand in his way as easily as a man might brush aside a fly. And he's shown sweeping his arm to brush away a military jeep. General Ross, he's coming. The lad is leading him straight toward the missile. So far, so good. He's following me up the gantry. If I make one false move now, it'll be curtains for this cat. I'll leave my jacket here and then duck under the framework. The Hulk will think I'm in the cabin. So the Hulk's following him up to from an elevator that goes into the rocket. It worked. I sure hope I did the right thing betraying him this way. The Hulk is in the capsule, sir. Condition green. Closed capsule. Prepare to launch. And in the lonely cabin, a thought begins to penetrate the Hulk's brooding brain as the mighty creature realizes he has been trapped. But there is no time for action, no time for escape. Within seconds, the roaring missile is rocketing into the atmosphere, and then past the atmosphere into endless space. While back at the control center, we've done it! It worked! It's the end of the Hulk. He'll never return alive to menace Earth again. Suddenly, as the speeding ship hurtles through the heavens, the cabin is bathed in the warm, bright light of the sun. Sunlight, the one element that brings about the most astonishing change on Earth, the change of the Hulk, back again into the form of Dr. Bruce Banner. Where am I? What happened? But before the dazed scientist can fully come to his senses, the unshielded spaceship enters a vast radiation belt. And once again, Bruce Banner's body is subjected to those mysterious, powerful rays about which so little is truly known. Rays of intense radiation with the power to effect the most fantastic changes upon anything that lives. Rays which bathe Bruce Banner's body for seconds which seem like a lifetime. And then, finally, the tiny capsule breaks through the radioactive belt in its undiminishing race away from Earth. While thousands of feet below, a tense teenager scans the skies as one nerve-wracking thought repeats and repeats in his brain. Did I do the right thing? What if I've doomed Dr. Banner? Returning warily to Control Central, Rick Jones accidentally overhears General Ross. Well, we've done it. That's the end of the Hulk. Let's hope so, sir, for if he ever returns, he'll be so filled with fury that we'll never be able to stop him. What? Don't worry about the Hulk returning. That missile's on a flight to infinity, and it's a one-way journey. Rick thinking, it was a trap. They tricked me. It was the only way they could remove the menace of the Hulk. But I can't let them do it. Now he's speaking. They don't realize that he isn't really just an inhuman monster to be destroyed by any means. He's Bruce Banner, and I've got to save him. Here's the missile control panel. This is my chance. No one's looking. At that split second, just as Rick Jones touches the control switch, the unbelievable amount of radiation which the ship has absorbed causes a shock to travel the many miles back to Earth, an electric shock, which will link the Hulk and Rick Jones more closely together than ever before. Ow! Then, the deed is done. The shock is gone, and due to the switch being pulled, the rocket package drops away from the missile, and the capsule plummets back to Earth. I've done it. I've brought the missile back. The automatic chute is opening, but it's still falling too fast. It's daylight now. Bruce Banner will be in the capsule instead of the Hulk. He'll never be able to survive a crash landing. It's too late. And we see the wreckage of the capsule in the desert. I've killed him. I've killed the only real friend I've ever had. No human being could have lived through that crash. I've killed him. But at that moment, the Hulk bursts through the capsule. The Hulk? How? How? It's impossible. You can't be the Hulk in daylight. You should have changed to Dr. Banner by now. What happened to you up there? Why are you glowing that way? As effortlessly as a man would lift a cardboard box, the mighty Hulk lifts the wrecked space capsule and, your fault. All your fault. I gotta run. Gotta get away. He's more dangerous than ever now. And the Hulk throws the wreckage, just missing Rick Jones. Long, frantic moments later, I can run faster than him, but I'm getting tired. The Hulk never gets tired. He can go on forever. Now he's at the edge of a cliff. I'm sunk. No place else to run. Now, revenge. No. Stay back, please. Stop. Huh? He stopped. He's standing still, motionless. I said stop, and he stopped. He's standing there, almost like a robot, as though awaiting my next command. I've got to test him. Your hand, Hulk. Raise your hand. And the Hulk complies. Now sit down. That's it. Sit. It's impossible, but it's true. He obeys me. My every command. Bend down now, Hulk. I need a lift down the mountain. That's it. Bend. And now Rick Jones is riding on the shoulders of the Incredible Hulk. What could have caused it? Wait, I know. That shock when I pulled the switch. That was it. Somehow, in some way I'll never understand, a current ran from the Hulk in the capsule to me down at the ground. Maybe it had something to do with the radiation belt up there. But whatever it was, it made the Hulk my servant. I'm his master. Me, Rick Jones. Master of the mightiest creature on Earth. But what about Dr. Banner? When will he change back to his true self? Or will he ever change back? There's my cabin. I've got to think this out. Got to figure out what to do next. Stay there, Hulk, while I get some shut-eye. Don't move, understand? Don't move. But a few minutes later, Rick awakens with a start. I heard something. Hey, the Hulk, he's gone. It is an easy matter for the boy to follow the Hulk's trail, an awesome trail leading straight into town. He sees a brick wall that was blasted open, and he knows that he's on the right track. My control over him must end when I fall asleep. He only obeys me when I'm awake. But now I get to get to him before he runs amok. I'm just in time. There he is. He's going on a rampage. And the Hulk has torn a light pole out of the ground, and he's swinging it around. What'll I do? I can't get close enough to him. He can't hear me. And then the heavily armed state troopers appear on the scene, but even their automatic firearms cannot halt the mighty Hulk. We're forcing him back. Yeah, but we're not hurting him. What happens when we run out of ammo? But the troopers' fire slows the Hulk up enough to give Rick a chance to leap into action. Hulk, we've got to get out of here. Do you hear me? Get out of here, fast. I hear. Gathering the awe-stricken lad in one massive arm, the Hulk leaps into the air, but it is a leap the like of which has never before been seen by mortal man. A leap which carries him over the top of the tallest building. A leap propelled by the most powerful muscles of any living thing on Earth. We're flying! Finally, miles away at the outskirts of town, down! Go down, Hulk, that's it. It's too much for me. I've got the most powerful thing in the world under my control, and I don't know what to do with it. But one thing I do know, I don't dare go to sleep again unless he's locked up back in his dungeon. And so, at a command from the boy, the Hulk calmly enters the escape-proof cell which he himself has built. when he was Dr. Bruce Banner. There, you'll be safe there, for a while, till I can figure out how to turn you back to Dr. Banner. That is, if I ever can. Slowly, ponderously, the massive door closes, as the thing which is the Hulk watches silently with no trace of expression on his cold, unblinking eyes. Lucky I was able to replace this shattered steel ramrod. And through the long night, Rick Jones sits outside the concrete wall, still afraid to fall asleep, still not trusting the unimaginable strength which the Hulk possesses, still wondering as he waits what will happen at that fateful moment when he can stay awake no longer. What will happen then? As Rick Jones sits against the cold, dank wall, fighting desperately to keep from falling asleep, his thoughts go racing back to the beginning, back to the origin of the Hulk. It was a day that had started like any day, when Rick had taken a dare from some friends and driven into an off-limits atomic testing range. I'll show the guys I ain't chicken. I'll drive right up to the test area. Then, seconds before his powerful gamma-ray bomb was due to be detonated, Dr. Bruce Banner sighted the boy from his vantage point in a shielded bunker. There's someone out there. He'll be killed. Unmindful of his own safety, the world-famous nuclear scientist dashed to the teenager and sped with him towards a nearby trench. Hey, hold it, Daddy-O. What's the big idea? No time to make it back to the bunker, but there's a ditch over there. Frantically, Dr. Banner hurled Rick Jones into the crevice, where the teenager was shielded from the mysterious, menacing gamma rays. But at that second, the blast! Standing in the open, exposed and unsheltered, the heroic Bruce Banner absorbed the full impact of the nuclear explosion, even though the center of the blast was a good 5 miles away. His ear-piercing screams filled the desert air as the scientist lost all sense of time and space, as a strange, awesome change took place in the atomic structure of his body. A short time later, Dr. Banner regained consciousness in a room at the base hospital, with the boy whose life he had saved standing by. The boy, Rick Jones, who was destined never to leave him again. You saved my life, Dr. Banner. I'll never forget it. The blast, the noise, the rays. What happened to me? What happened? And then, as the sun set, as though in answer to Bruce Banner's anguished question, the Geiger counter on a nearby table began to tick louder and louder. Click, 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 and louder. Click, 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 and louder. Click, click, and louder. Click, 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 until the man who had been Dr. Bruce Banner had turned into the most dangerous living creature on Earth, the Incredible Hulk. The Hulk, mightier than a battering ram. The Hulk, more dangerous than a runaway tornado. The Hulk, as uncontrollable as the very forces of nature herself, foe of every human being on Earth. Only one other living person knew the secret of the Hulk's true identity, and that person was Rick Jones, who refused to desert him, no matter what he had turned into. Wait for me. I'm going with you. You need me. Only Rick Jones knew that with the coming of dawn, the Hulk again became Dr. Bruce Banner, the man who saved his life. You must leave me, Rick. I can't control myself when I become the Hulk. Even you won't be safe. But Rick Jones did not leave his friend. Instead, he helped Bruce Banner build a massive prison under the sea, the prison which was created to house the Hulk, and from which even he could not escape. I'll open the door when it's daylight again, but till then, you'll have to stay in there, for your own good. And none but Rick Jones knows where the mighty Hulk is imprisoned, and none but Rick can set him free. All this flashes through the weary teenager's memory as he sits against the dungeon door, frantically praying that he will stay awake. For if he should fall asleep, as he is starting to do now, his control of the creature behind the wall will end, and with the Hulk being more powerful than ever now, who knows if the massive concrete door will hold. Bang, bang, bang. The Hulk is pounding on the door. Will the mighty Hulk be a match for the Ringmaster? Nothing that lives can defy me, for I have the power to sap men's will. Soon all the world will pay homage to the Ringmaster. And now, let us leave Rick Jones and turn our attention to a new menace which appears on the scene, a menace such as the world has never known. It begins like this. We see the Ringmaster with a top hat on and carnival-like Barker clothing, with what seemed to be some of his cronies from a carnival. You are gazing at the town of Plainville. A mere 24 hours ago it was a busy, bustling little city, but now nothing moves save two figures who cautiously drive through the strangely silent streets.
Our tip was right, Mike. This town is the same as the other two. Everyone motionless. If not for their heartbeats, you'd think they were dead. So far, we've been able to hush it up so the nation won't panic, but if we FBI men can't solve this thing soon, who can? They're all the same, not a flicker of movement, not even an eyelid. It's as though everyone's been turned into a living statue. And as usual, the entire town's been ransacked. You can say that again. The bank vault's been picked clean as a whistle. Whoever's responsible for this fantastic thing didn't miss a trick. It's impossible. It defies all logic. How can anyone put entire towns under a spell and then rob them? If we could only find a clue. Any little thing to go on. Wait a minute, Mike. Maybe there is something. Look at this. Every town that's been hit so far has had the same circus poster displayed in the street. It's a slim lead, but we better check it out. And he grabs a circus poster from the brick wall.
Our scene now changes as we visit the main tent of the Ringmaster Circus. Ladies and gentlemen, I, the Ringmaster, personally welcome you to the greatest show of all. Watch me closely every minute. Do not take your eyes off me for a second, and I guarantee that you will see wonders such as you have never seen before. You are about to witness our miraculous main attraction. Don't take your eyes off me for a minute. Watch, see, behold. Note the spinning lines on my hat, the stars on my jacket, the lines, the stars. See them spin round and round. See them spin, spin. It is over. I have just bent them to my will, just as I have done in those other towns we visited. They are not all asleep. They cannot move nor speak. Now go, my performers, go and give another of your finest performances. What a pity none will be awake to applaud you. Minutes later, the Ringmaster's hirelings roamed through the audience at will, looting and robbing their helpless victims. Hope you're enjoying the show, mister. But the Ringmaster is still not satisfied. He next goes through the town itself, casting a spell over the few inhabitants who are not at the circus, as his performers continue their looting.
You know, Prudo, this is almost too easy. Just keep peddling, doll.
Wait a minute, Tina. Here are some more bracelets and necklaces you can carry. And it shows them going through the town, taking furs and clothing and safes and jewelry. All right, back to the caravan, all of you. There are many more towns for the Ringmaster to visit.
Pretty soon we're going to need a place like Fort Knox to store all this loot.
And so the strange carnival procession fades into the night, heading for its next destination, and leaving behind a town filled with inhabitants who are still under the Ringmaster's strange, hypnotic spell. But what has all this to do with the Hulk? Well, let us see.
I did it. I managed to stay awake all night, so the Hulk didn't have a chance to run wild.
But what do I do now? I gotta find a place to get some food to wash up. The Hulk will be safe enough here, as long as I stay awake. Guess I'll go visit my Aunt Polly. She doesn't live far from here. A short time later.
Land sakes, boy, it's been ages since I've seen you. Where have you been?
Real busy, Aunt Polly. But you wouldn't be interested in the details.
Go along with you, Rick Jones. I certainly would be interested, but I know a body can't ever make you talk when you don't want to.
After the teenager has eaten and chatted with his aunt, he decides to walk through town before returning to the Hulk when he sees, hey, nothing I like better than a circus. And so fate tightens her little web. I, the Ringmaster, personally welcome you to the greatest show of all. Remember, do not take your eyes off me for a second. Watch, behold. See them spin round and round and round. And this time, among his helpless victims, the Ringmaster unwittingly numbers one teenage boy, a boy who has the Hulk to command.
I can't move, can't speak. He's hypnotized us all.
But Rick Jones is not helpless, not so long as he has the power to think.
I'm beginning to feel numb. My brain is getting clouded. I've got to call the Hulk before I black out. Come to me, Hulk. Help. Come, Hulk. But can he hear my thoughts from so far away? He must.
And he does.
Boy in danger. Must go to him.
The Hulk leaps through the air. Like a fantastic flying dreadnought, The massive creature hurtles through the air and plummets down towards the circus tent, directed by Rick's thought waves. "What is that?" He burst through the tent.
"Look, there's someone who the ringmaster didn't hypnotize." "Just aim me towards him, pal. I'll take care of the big ox."
And that's the human cannonball talking. And he launches out of there with a sledgehammer in his hand. And pow! We see the human cannonball shooting straight up out of the top of the circus tent. "Quickly, the power hose! Nothing that lives can withstand its pressure. Coming, boss!" And that's a huge fireman's hose that's shot at Hulk. It knocks him down. "He's stunned. Now's our chance." The ringmaster's men bind the mighty Hulk, thinking they have overpowered him. Little do they dream he is simply motionless, waiting for the next command from his master, Rick Jones. They have a net and heavy chains around him.
"Want me to finish him off, boss?"
"No, I have a better idea." And as Rick Jones remains in a hypnotized state, neither conscious nor yet asleep, the ringmaster's men carry the motionless Hulk to one of their circus wagons. And so the strange caravan leaves for the next town, little dreaming what an awesome engine of destruction they are holding in their midst. And a day later, the ringmaster prepares to open a new show in a new village with a startling new feature exhibit. He's got the Hulk on a pedestal chained up. "We'll build him as the monster of the age. The suckers won't be able to resist coming to see the big ape."
"Ringmaster, you're a genius."
And so the show begins as the ringmaster waits for the moment to cast his sinister hypnotic spell. "Ladies and gentlemen," when suddenly, "Ringmaster, you're under arrest. This is the FBI.
"We followed you from town to town, and now we've got you. Your victims told us everything when we snapped them out of your spell. Never mind that. Where's the Hulk? You're traveling with a live bomb."
And at that very instant, at the sound of Rick's voice, the mightiest living thing on earth snaps his chains as a human would snap a toothpick.
"Run! The monster is loose!"
"Don't worry, boss. I got him trapped." There's a guy riding on the back of an elephant who has the Hulk pinned against a wall. "Watch out, you fool. He's got superhuman strength." But the ringmaster's warning comes too late as the fantastic behemoth pushes the elephant back against the teeter board, upsetting the ringmaster's armed cohorts.
"The Hulk is spoiling everything. The ringmaster will escape in all this confusion."
"Wait, don't draw your gun. I'll handle the Hulk. Just give me a chance." But the government agent's fear is realized as, "Now's my chance to slip away. By the time anyone knows what happened, I'll be in another town, in another disguise, and they'll never find me." The ringmaster is taking off on a wagon pulled by a couple horses. But the fleeing fugitive is reckoned without the Hulk, now under the control of a vengeful Rick Jones.
"I'll stop him." He's lifting the main support pole right out of the ground. It ain't possible."
But almost any feat of strength is possible when the Hulk is performing it. Oof! And he swings the main support beam and knocks the ringmaster off of his wagon. "Help! Save me! Don't let him beat me!" "Hulk, let him go! Put him down!" Despite his white-hot wrath, the Hulk has no choice but to obey the teenager, who is his master. As heavily armed troops from the nearby command post burst in upon the scene. "On the double, men! Where is he? Where's the Hulk?" "Stand aside, boy. That creature must be stopped before it's too late." "No, you can't. He ain't just a creature. He's... I can't tell you what he is, but nobody's shooting him." And Rick jumps toward the Hulk. "Arrgh! Up, Hulk, up! Right through the tent. Look, he's flying. Nothing can stop him." "You did it, Hulk. We're free. You're safe. But for how long?" So the Hulk grabs Rick Jones and they jump out of the tent. "You won't escape me forever. Do you hear me, Hulk? I'll track you down to the ends of Earth. I'll rid the world of your menace no matter what. I swear it, Hulk. I swear it." And that's General Ross. And so our amazing saga comes to an end, but only for now. Soon the Hulk will strike again. But more of that in the next issue of The Incredible Hulk. Don't dare miss it. The end. Another fantastic issue in the books. I hope you enjoyed it, as I certainly enjoyed bringing it to you. And if you did, I would encourage you to subscribe and ring that notification bell. That way you'll get alerted as soon as I release new vlogs. Thumbs up and comments are always appreciated. And remember, we're taking over the world one comic book at a time.